Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Welcome to my corner of the internet. Pen here. Today I'll be reading Atsushi Saving Magic, Chapter 2, Part 3, called Do You Have Any Idea How Much I Would Rather Cut Off My Own Dominant Hand and Eat It Raw than team up with him? I love this chapter so much. I've wrote this book, but this chapter just holds a special place in my heart. I'm in the middle of writing Chapter 3, so I can't do this one for another couple of days, but I really hope you like this, and I'll see you in the book. I looked at the man, trying to see if he was joking or had any indication of sarcasm, because surely this man didn't ask me to join a criminal organisation. But as I looked over the features of his face, they held no indication of a joke. I simply sighed as I tried to comprehend what was happening. The older man, Dazai, stood in front of me as if waiting for an answer. "Am I going to have to kill people?" I asked in a soft tone, my voice cracking in the middle. Dazai looked at me in pity and turned around and opened the door. "We'll work up to that, but you don't have to do that if you don't. But you don't ever have to do that. We won't force you." At that, my shoulders sagged in relief as I followed him through the door. At this point, my mind was racing with questions, though I'm slightly more at ease than before. "I'm still on edge and alert. So where are we going?" I asked Dazai. The man walking in front of me laughed as slightly as he knew exactly what I was thinking. He stops at another door where he answers, "You'll be meeting a new partner in crime." Dazai's cheery voice helps calm me down. If the man was willing to take someone like me on board, then he couldn't be all that bad. The door opened as I tried to take in the area that Dazai had led me to. It seemed like it led on forever into the darkness. "Dazai-san?" The man's voice brought me back to the main focus. Dazai gestured to him to come into the room. Following him hesitantly, I looked at the man who spoke, before looking around the room again, trying not to get lost in the scene in front of me. The room was rustic and almost aesthetically pleasing if it wasn't for the cobwebs that surrounded the room. "Atsushi-kun?" Dazai said, bringing my attention back to him, the man in the middle of the room. "This is your partner in crime, Okutagawa." As the words reached my ears, I look at the man in almost all black clothing, as the memory of him hitting me over the head comes back to me. I immediately start to freak out. "Him?" I shout questionably. With the two men in front of me having almost no reaction, I spoke up again. "Are you seriously trying to make me team up with the person who kidnapped me?" I asked as I shook my head. "Do you have any idea how much I would rather cut my dominant hand off and eat it raw than team up with him?" The newly dubbed Okutagawa looked at me in disgust and rage, but before either one of us could speak, Dazai walked between us. Now, boys," the bandaged man spoke up as he held his hand to either side in an attempt to shut us up. Like that was going to do anything, but I guess for the time being I'll listen to him. "I know you won't like it, but look at me and Chuya. We started off like this and look how far we came." Okutagawa scoffed as he looked at Dazai in confusion, but before I could ask who Chuya was, the other mafioso, because I was technically one too, spoke up before me. "You and Chuya hate each other though." The comment made Dazai laugh. He took a couple of seconds to calm down from his laughing fit that seemed to come out of nowhere. "Chuya may hate me, but we are the Double Black for a reason." As I see my new partner in crime sigh, seemingly accepting what Dazai said as a reasonable answer, what even was the Double Black? "The Double Black's the strongest duo in the Port Mafia," Okutagawa answered with his annoyed tone. I must have said my thoughts out loud. I really need to stop that. The room stayed in silence for a while before Dazai starts to speak up. "Anyway, I just wanted you two to meet each other as you both now have training with me," Dazai said in an excited tone, grabbing my arm and dragging me so I was next to Okutagawa. Once the two of us were standing next to each other, Dazai took a step back and looked at us. This could work," he said out loud. As I look at Okutagawa, who seemed to know where Dazai was going with this, I look back at Dazai as I see him running out of the room, calling for a band called Chuya, the apparent the other half of the Double Black. I take a step to the side in hopes of getting away from Okutagawa, but As I try to make my great escape, Octogawa pulls me by my sleeve, almost making me lose my footing. Don't try, Junko. Dazai-san will only make it worse if he sees us fighting. Something about enemies to lovers trope? Octogawa mutters the last part as I try to hold back a blush. What even was a trope? Enemy to lovers? My brain screams at it to itself in confusion as my blush grows larger. I see Octogawa straightening his back as I try to calm down, only being able to ground myself when I hear Dazai laugh. Octogawa, did you make the kid blush? He chuckles out a reply as I look up. Octogawa blushes as he tries to reply, only to be saved by the ginger, who I can only assume is Chuya, slapping Dazai on the back of the head. As the ginger sighs, Dazai looks up to him, looking betrayed. I'm sure you heard the Mackle scream my name as he was leaving, but if you're just socially stupid as Octogawa says, I'll repeat it for you. I'm Chuya. The newcomer says. As the newcomer says that, I give Octogawa the same look Dazai was giving to his partner only a few moments ago. At this, Chuya seems to laugh a bit, but with me too caught up in staring down Octogawa, I don't seem to notice him. After a couple of moments of staring, I bring my attention back to Ginger as I bow respectfully. It's a pleasure to meet you, Chuya-san. I start off, almost forgetting about the comment about my social intelligence before bringing it up. Despite what Octogawa has said about me, I can assure you my social skills aren't as lacking as he suggests. I say as I straighten my back, silently sending a glare to Octogawa once again before the man laughs at me. Hearing snickering from beside me, I try to keep a level head before losing it at Octogawa's next comment. So you admit to being bad at social interaction, just not terrible at it. Good to know. At that, I whispered out incantation, and transferred my right arm into a tiger's. But before I could even move, Dazai swiftly made his way over to me and grabbed my left shoulder. Feeling my magical power drain from my body, my arm transformed back into its normal state. I look at it in confusion. At my confused expression, Octogawa laughs, trying to get out anything that makes sense. You seriously thought you could attack me while Dazai stands here? He laughs out as I glare at him and say another incantation. This time louder, trying to make myself seem intimidating. When it didn't work, I stare at my hands, even more confused. This time, looking up to Dazai as Chuya seems to lose even more than Octogawa. What are you laughing at? I shout as I try to snap the two of them out of their laughing fits, but it didn't seem to work, as I felt Dazai-san's hand leave my shoulder. What am I not getting? I ask the man next to me, only to see him snicker before he answers. My magical abilities control people's the flow of other people's magic. I can basically turn off people's power. I stare up at the man, filled with shock as I hear Chuya speak. You seriously didn't know? You seriously joined the Port Mafia without knowing Dazai's ability? Chuya chuckles as he holds out a hand, hiding his hand behind his glove. I simply roll my eyes as I look up to him and answer when Dazai spoke up. To be fair, I threatened to send him to the Royal Guard's hunting dogs, he said with a small smile on his face. At that, Chuya's face dulls a little bit as he walks up to Dazai, bordering on a frown. You said you would get him to join without threatening him, Chuya says softly, with Dazai looking at him with a solemn expression. I know, love. But he was too scared to join otherwise. At this, my brain seems to short circuit, and without thinking, I spoke. But you're both men, I said before shutting my mouth as the three of them stare at me. Kid? Chuya starts. Have you never seen a gay relationship? He asks curiously, and I shake my head. Hearing Octogawa start to mutter out an incantation, Dazai puts up a hand, stopping him. Don't do that, Octogawa, Dazai says harshly, stopping the man mid-sentence before starting to walk over to him. I trust you'll tell the kid how people love. Dazai-san looks over his shoulder, with Chuya nodding as he drags me to the next room, and sits me down looking strangely excited. Chuya-san? I asked, not understanding what just happened. Chuya sighs as he looks down at me and mutters something under his breath, that strangely sounds like, "Jeez, this kid is stupid," as I stare up at him. "So, what just happened?" I break the ice, not knowing what else to say. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys like this. I enjoyed reading this because it's my book, as I always say. It's just nice to read on my own words and, get more inspiration for the next chapter. Just a quick refresher. But anyway, I hope you guys like this. If you did, just doing anything after this means a lot, but even watching this point means a lot. If you want to, you can subscribe, like, comment. Honestly, it all means a lot to me. And I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to take care of yourself, or I will pull a dad's hour, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!